Welcome to This Day for this Monday, January 10th. I'm Paul Ortiz, filling in for Lisa Hart for another couple of days at least. Hey, today's a tough day to be an NFL coach with a losing record. A lot of coaches getting fired this morning if you're a football fan. And if you're a Charger fan, my condolences to you. That was a tough game to watch last night, but it was exciting for the rest of us. Hey, let's talk about who's on our program today. We're going to be talking with Steve Moyer. He's with AgeWell Senior Services. And Lisa got a chance to talk to him a couple weeks ago, actually, and they're talking about the holidays, but they're talking about how they can contribute, how the residents can contribute and help out AgeWell Senior Services. They're also looking for people that can help them with Meals on Wheels as well. So even though the holidays have kind of passed us, you can still go to AgeWell Senior Services or the Florence Sylvester Senior Center and still volunteer your time. And if you don't have time to give, maybe you could give a donation and help them out as well. And then did you know there's a hula club here in Laguna Woods? Well, Lisa's going to talk to Maudie and Eileen, and they're going to tell you all about this club. I'm sure they're having a great time. And who knew that we had a hula club here? But looking forward to seeing that interview. Well, let's take a look outside. It's another cool day today. You can see the mountains are still looking beautiful. They have a little bit of snow still, but temperatures are starting to go up just a little bit, especially tomorrow. But overnight today, you're still going to see 50 degrees overnight. Pretty chilly the next, on Tuesday night, and then get back into that 40, 49, 50 range again. But temperatures are going to be well into the mid 60s. Tomorrow's going to be beautiful. Friday's going to be a beautiful day, a little bit cooler though, so looking forward to that for the weekend. But in the next couple of days, you're looking at temperatures well into the 60s, and then overnight temperatures not too bad in that 50 to 40 range. Let's take a look at our sunset and sunrise, or sunrise and sunset actually. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:55 a.m. And our sunset this evening, if you're watching our morning or lunchtime program, is at 5:01 p.m. And this is a wonderful picture out in Oxford, England. So we thank our resident Nick Mariano for bringing that photo to us. Beautiful photo out there. But if you have a photo you'd like to share with us, be sure and send it to Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com. So before we let you go to our next break and talk to Steve Moyer and Lisa Hart, we want to make sure that we tell you that we have one meeting for today, and that's going to be at 1:30 this afternoon. Don't go anywhere. Lisa Hart will be right back with Steve Moyer.
During the pandemic, thousands turned to AgeWell for help. Since March of last year, AgeWell has provided Orange County seniors with more than 40,000 grab-and-go lunches, 500,000 home-delivered meals, as well as transportation and case management services. We were there for you then, and we're here for you now. Stay strong. Stay well. Age well. Learn more about our services or how to get involved today at myagewell.org.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Steve Moyer here from AgeWell Senior Services. Well, Steve, thank you for joining us. Nice to see you.
Oh, it's so nice seeing you, Lisa. Thank you very much for the invite.
You're welcome. Well, we're glad to have you in because there's a lot of things that have been challenging, as I mentioned, over the last couple of years to get people their meals. And you guys had come up with a really phenomenal plan that we talked a lot about, which is where you can get the meals delivered for a very nominal fee.
Senior cuisine delivered.
What was that called again?
Senior cuisine delivered.
Senior cuisine delivered, that's right. And anyway, we wanted to sort of talk about what have you been doing for the last couple of years and what you plan for next year.
Well, I'll tell you, Lisa, it has just been a whirlwind as soon as COVID hit, and all the seniors had to stay inside. Right. And one of our big challenges was to get food to them. So right. There were a number of programs that came up, and we've been working full throttle ever since that time.
Right.
And I'm very proud to say that we have delivered well over 1 million meals just in the Great Plates Delivered program alone. And then, as you had spoken about, we have come up with the Senior Cuisine Delivered program.
Right.
And if anybody's interested in that, they can go to our website. And the future just looks tremendous for us. The demand for all of our services, which is nutrition, Meals on Wheels, and congregate meals that are served in all the senior centers, including Florence Sylvester,
Right.
is just growing tremendously. So we're seeing a big growth in our transportation department, the non-emergency medical transportation, and also a huge growth coming in continued nutrition.
Right.
And so that's what we're trying to get ready for and ready to support.
So, there was discussion that this particular age group is growing very fast, and we're supposed to reach an astronomical amount of people over the age of 65 within the next 20 years. Is that contributing to your demand?
Huge. And in fact, you're so right as far as that. The only age group that's actually growing in Orange County as a percentage of the total population are seniors,
Yeah.
and all the other age groups are actually going down a little bit.
Wow.
So yes, and it's our job, it's our mission as a nonprofit to serve seniors, so
Right.
we have to be ready for it, and we're doing everything to gear up to do that. I'm excited about our future.
Yeah, I think you're going to have your hands full for sure.
Very.
You're going to have to do some hiring maybe.
We are. We've been hiring like crazy
Oh, good.
anyway. Yes, particularly right now, drivers and our transportation department. You'll hear some good things very, very shortly as far as our growth in that area.
Excellent, excellent. Now, of course, you're open now. You've opened. We've opened up our Florence Sylvester Senior Center, and we've got a May coming soon to talk
Yes.
to us about all the activities. Now, I know you coordinate with them. Of course, you're doing the Meals
Yes.
on Wheels, and then you're also providing nutrition and food there. Tell me how that correlates.
We are, first of all, we are so excited. After 600 days, we've opened up all of our centers, with the exception of one, Laguna Beach, that'll open up right after the new year.
Okay.
But Florence Sylvester opened December 1st, and it's steadily growing, that program, and Amay is doing just an amazing job for us. We have established a reservation system, so anybody who wants to come there for a lunch, they have to give us a 2-day advance notice.
Okay.
And the good thing about that is if they want to sit with anybody, we will do everything we can to accommodate. But
Okay.
our staff is very happy about them being back, and the seniors are so happy to see their friends again.
Exactly, exactly. Now, you have new lunch meals and a new menu that's started, and that's certain days, right?
Yes, I'm very excited. We've brought in an additional food provider, still continuing to use the one that we've used for a number of years. But the new food provider is Zest in a Bowl and has just some really, really good, creative, current, fresh items. And their service is on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
And I can just tell you just a couple of items. They have a Chipotle chicken sandwich with sweet corn salad, a roasted turkey red pepper sandwich, and that comes with a roasted vegetable salad.
Wow.
They have a chicken tarragon croissant.
Well, I think I actually tasted their food some time ago
I
when we
think-
introduced them
Yes,
when we first
that-
were
that-
aboard.
that is
And the
correct.
food is really good. So now that's that's at the Florence Sylvester Senior Center?
And that happens,
Okay.
their food is served on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay. And yet you still can get them. Are you still doing the ordering food too? The
Senior Cuisine delivered,
Yeah.
yes,
And they're part of
that's
that too, right?
That's a Zest, yes.
Yeah,
Zest
okay.
in a Bowl is one of our
Okay.
food providers.
Okay.
Good
So
memory.
you are still doing the ordering, and that
Yes.
was $9. Tell me again what the price was per meal.
It's now 1095.
$10.95.
Yeah,
Okay, and that's perfect.
per
And
meal.
they could
Delivered to their home.
Right, exactly. Perfect. And then give me some other things that are going on. You have a holiday gift program.
Yes, and this is our major ask that we do,
Yeah.
Lisa. We're a nonprofit organization, and all this growth that I'm telling you about that we need to be able to serve. That's what this is all about. So if anybody would like to contribute, they should be receiving a flyer in the mail momentarily, and that it's going out at this time. And they can contribute to any sector of our organization if they would like to contribute specifically to transportation or nutrition or case management. Obviously, we will accommodate and be most grateful for that. But this is our biggest fundraising event of the year.
Well, awesome. Well, I appreciate the information. Thank you so much. And we look forward to having some more tastes.
I just want, yes, absolutely. And I noticed you cleaned your plate last time.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
But the thing, I'd like to wish you very happy holidays.
Thank you.
And the same with all of your viewers. And let's make 2022 a great year.
The best ever. Thank you again.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. If you'd like more information about the information that we have just discussed, you can go to myagewell.org, and I'll have all the things that you need. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Maudie and Eileen, who are here on behalf of the Hula Club. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, of course, you guys are lucky enough to have the backgrounds of the ocean and the beach, and I wish I could, but not today. But it's just lovely to talk to you, and I've loved hula for a long time. I had mentioned to Maudie off camera that I had taken lessons some time ago, and we've talked to your organization before our pandemic hit, and so I'm really glad that you guys can join us again this time around. Now, before we get into some of the events and things that you're having starting next year, well, actually starting this year, 2022, tell me a little bit about the club itself.
Okay. Well, we're a group that explores and honors the Hawaiian culture through hula dance, Hawaiian history, language, cultural practices, and handicraft. We are what is considered a kupuna hula group, meaning elder hula dancers. And our main interest is learning new hula dance and to practice what we've learned. As a club, we've given hula performances to village clubs, Polynesian festivals, nursing homes, and we also hold our own festival here in the village once a year. Also, during the year, we have workshops for hula and handicrafts. And as a group, in the past, we've traveled to Hawaii to visit sites relevant to Hawaiian culture and dance.
I love that. And are either one of you from Hawaii?
No.
No, born and raised in California.
Okay. Okay. Well, so when you guys go over there, what are some of the highlights that you take a look at?
We will look at some of the cultural and historic sites. We have a member, the previous president. She is from the Big Island, and she will often take us around to historic sites and spiritual sites and cultural sites and introduce us to that aspect.
I think the best part of that too is actually going to these sites and dancing hula there. That's just amazing.
Yeah, I know. You know, I think most tourists who go there, they pretty much go to a luau and think that's it.
Yeah.
But we know that's not the case because, like you said, there is an awful lot of history. Of course, hula's been around forever, and there are a lot of different sites. Waikiki, King Kamehameha, and all of those have lots of heritage there. So that is awesome. Now, when you say that you meet and you do things here locally, do you practice someplace in particular?
We practice every Saturday at Clubhouse 1. We use the multi-purpose room, which is right across from the pool. And we're there every Saturday between 10:30 and 12:30.
Okay.
And we'll be starting a new member class starting January 8th. And that way we'll be teaching people who are either new to hula or haven't done hula before, the basics. And so we have a member who will be going over the basics with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the month, we'll be having our first workshop for 2022. And we have Awalani, who is going to be teaching us a new mele, a dance. And she'll be here about every other month.
Okay. And then what you said that you're going to be doing some crafts. What kind of crafts do you guys do?
We have learned to do headpieces, flower headpieces. We have learned to make leis. Recently, the spiritual drums that we use when we dance are called ipus, and we took them down to the ocean and we washed them in the ocean and cleaned them up and then brought them home and cut off the tops. And so they are a type of a drum that we would use during the dance itself.
Okay, nice. Now, I know you teach the hula dance, so most of that is movement with feet and hands, correct? Do
Correct.
you teach with some of the other types of things that are used, like, well, I can't remember the names of some of them. They had strings and there were some balls on the end. Do you ever do that, or the other sticks? Do you do something like that?
Some of the instructors have done that type of dance. We have not. I think if we tried, we might hurt ourselves.
For the younger ones.
Well, I would imagine there's additional coordination needed to
Yes.
do those for sure. Madi, I wanted to talk to you about what you're wearing. So you have, it's similar to a lei around your head. Tell me about that.
Okay, this is a haku. And, there's different types. The one I have right now, of course, this is artificial leaves, but this is just a green leaf. And this is used many times when we're doing our kahiko or our traditional dance. What I have is, these are all, again, artificial leaves, but this is usually a mele lei, and it's not closed. It's open at the bottom here.
Oh, okay.
And this is just draped around the neck. But, and then what I have on is what's called the kihei, which is a cloth that you tie at the shoulder and one arm is out. Mm-hmm. And this is, this can be worn during dance or, special occasions. You can wear this if you want to look special. So,
okay. Nice. And Eileen, I see you have beads on your neck. Tell me about those.
These are kukui nuts. And my dress is the style of Awana. Madi's is the kahiko, which is the traditional Hawaiian dance, and the Awana is the more modern hula.
Okay. Now, there's other clothing items that you guys can wear. Tell me about some of those.
We can wear the pa'u, which is the traditional Hawaiian skirt, or a pareo, which is like a sarong that you would tie around yourself. Okay. One of our traditions when we dance is that we always wear some type of skirt. So the new members can bring any type of loose skirt, or if they do have a sarong or a pa'u, they can bring those along and use those during the class.
Okay. And then when you are doing your hula, is it traditionally shoes or no shoes?
Generally, we dance barefoot so that we have the connection with the earth. We do know that some people cannot dance barefoot, and it's perfectly all right for them to keep their shoes on.
Okay. Now, what if somebody, I know this, it involves movement and your feet need to move, but what if somebody was in a wheelchair or couldn't stand for long periods of time? Can they still come and they can learn the arm movements?
They could sit and learn the arm movements, because then they would simply, be dancing from the waist up.
Right.
And we know that some people do have physical limitations, and that should not keep them from enjoying themselves. I know that we have a lot of enthusiastic residents here, and we will welcome them all.
So when it comes to requirements, we've talked a lot about some things that they can and cannot do. Is there some specific requirements that need to be addressed?
Well, we'd like you to be enthusiastic. Learning the hula requires a lot of practice, so there needs to be a commitment there. We meet once a week, and we do ask the members to practice in between. It makes it a lot easier if they bring pen and paper and then write down. We will be going over the steps and how to perform those steps.
Okay.
Other traditions would be that we always do the dances that are taught to us by our kumu, and we follow those traditions. Our kumu is our teacher.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Now, I know you mentioned that you're going to have a hula performance at the end of the month. Where is that performance at?
Well, it's actually going to be a workshop. We will have an instructor, Kumu Awalani, will come in, and she will be teaching us a new dance. And what will happen is there's a workshop fee, and the members will learn the hula from her, and then we will continue to practice until the next time she comes and visits us.
Oh, okay. So now what do you do performances in the village?
Yes, we have performed, as Madi said, at our Kapuna Festival, which is in generally the end of August and the beginning of September.
Okay.
We have had dinner dances at Clubhouse 2, where we invite friends and family to join us for dinner, and we perform for them. We have performed for many of the clubs during their special occasions. Sometimes they'll have us perform during a luncheon or a dinner. And then also we've gone out to the convalescent homes and nursing homes as part of our community service, and we will dance for the residents there.
I love it. It's very unique. Not everybody does it, and you'd think that people would want to learn something new. In fact, it's one of the 2022 resolutions that we're going to be talking about, is learning something new, and this is a great way to do it. So if people wanted to know more about the Hula Club, what do they need to do?
They can contact myself through the website. We have a website on the Laguna Woods Village platform, and they can call and ask any questions. And if they would like to just come and observe, they're free to do that too. They can come over to Clubhouse 1 and come to the multi-purpose room and have a seat and watch us practice and ask any questions at that time.
Okay, good. Now, let's just recap the event or the meeting that you're having. It's January 8th. And what time will that be again?
It'll be from 10:30 to 12:30.
Okay, and where again is that?
In the multi-purpose room at Clubhouse 1.
All right, perfect. And then so I love this, and I love the fact that you welcome everybody to come join or to watch and get some good ideas of what you guys are all about. Now, one last thing I wanted to ask you both is, do you have a favorite Hawaiian, either tradition or food that you love?
I love Kahlua pork.
Yes, yum.
Mine is spam musubi.
What was that?
Spam musubi.
Oh, okay. Tell me, how do you make that?
Oh, that's made with the little dried seaweed, and then you put rice in. It's kind of like a sushi or something, but you have the seaweed, and then you put the rice, and then you put a seasoned piece of spam in the middle, and you roll it up. And recently I've had it deep fried, where they take the whole thing and they put batter and deep fry it. So
oh, wow.
Many calories, but it's very delicious.
Yeah, I imagine. Have you guys used the air fryer yet with spam?
No, that's an idea.
I know. I wonder if that would taste pretty good. I had a spam appetizer once a few years ago, and it was delicious.
Oh yeah.
So
Spam
lots of ways you can cook spam, that's for sure. Well, ladies, thank you so much. I really appreciate the information.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. And if you want more information or would like to join the Hula Club, you can always call them. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back. Well, we have our movie this afternoon at 2 o'clock, and that's with captions, and at 6 o'clock without captions. And this movie is Shang-Chi, and this is the Legend of the Ten Rings. And this stars martial arts master Shang-Chi confronts the past he thought he left behind when he's drawn into the web of the mysterious Ten Rings organization. Now, this was produced in 2021. It does run a little over 2 hours long. It's rated PG-13. It is sponsored by Hogue. That's going to be on again at 2 o'clock with captions, and then 6 o'clock without. And now this movie is about action, comedy, and emotion. And for you Rotten Tomato people out there, it's a 91% on the tomato meter and a 98% audience score. So looks like a terrific film if you're into the Marvel kind of action thrillers, and has some comedy as well. This made over $432 million at the box office. So obviously some people went out and watched it and enjoyed it quite a bit. So that's our movie today at 2 o'clock, and be sure and tune in at 6 o'clock as well if you want to catch it without subtitles. We also want to remind you that Resident Services is still currently closed here in our community center, and that's due to a COVID outbreak that happened about a week ago. And out of precaution, of course, we decided to close it, but you can still give them a call or actually email them if you like, and you can call them at 597-4600, or you can email them at residentservices@vmsinc.org. So anything you would have walked in to do here in our community center, you can call them, or you can email them for any services you might choose. I did get a chance to talk with Stacy Griffith this morning regarding Resident Services, and they're hoping to open a little bit later this week or possibly next week. So it all depends on the condition of the staff over there and how things are turning out. So be sure and give them a call or send them an email if you have any questions or comments. Well, let's take a look real quickly outside. It looks like our temperature is going to be still kind of cool and overcast. It probably will start to become clearer around lunchtime, maybe 1 o'clock. It seemed like yesterday cleared up about that time. Beautiful after that. Beautiful sunsets too yesterday, but our temperatures are going to be pretty comfortable in that 64-degree range today, 50 overnight, and then tomorrow it's going to get a little warmer with some sunshine a little bit earlier, less of an overcast, and then a little cooler overnight. And then Wednesday again, those clouds will come back, and then looks like Thursday and Friday are going to be some of the nicest days of the week. So a beautiful time to get out there in Laguna Woods and enjoy some of the many recreational facilities you have in your community. And like I've always said, go out there and play golf. Even get a walk in. And actually, I had to go to Clubhouse 3 the other day. It was wonderful to see all the people out there walking on the sidewalks. Some are walking their dogs, some are riding bikes. But quite a few people out there in the beautiful sunshine. So be sure and go out there and enjoy your community right here in Laguna Woods. Well, I'm Paul Ortiz. Thanks for joining us on our program. Enjoy the rest of your day in Laguna Woods, and we'll see you again tomorrow.